What up, YouTube? It's Jesse. Got a video here. Sorry about the shadows, but whatever. Got a video about some slugs I've used. So last year was my first year hunting with shotgun slugs with a rifle barrel. So it kind of got me interested in what all the slugs are made of or whatever, or what's inside of them. So basically right here you can see I've got your standard like Foster slugs, and then this one right here is the Hornaday SST 300 grain sabot slug, and I killed an elk with this last year. Seemed to perform just okay or whatever. I shot it twice and killed it. Second shot, it literally just dropped in its tracks. Anyway, so I just kind of wanted to show you what's up with these. Right here, this is what I'm probably going to end up having to use this year due to the fact there's kind of an ammo shortage. Which y'all probably know, but I haven't seen too many videos on YouTube about these Barnes VOR-TX VOR-TX ammunition. These are the Barnes Expander sabot shotgun slugs. These are 2 3/4. My gun will shoot 3-inch magnums, but I'm having a hard time finding anything. After I ended up having to do something with my scope last year and it was off. I basically ended up running out. This is the last shell of the Hornaday SSTs I've got, sabot slugs. So I haven't yet been able to find any more of these for this season, so I may end up having to swap to these. It's sighted in for these, and I got 1 bullet left. So, I could go with that and hope that first bullet counts, or use these, which I got a few more of, and get it sighted in with these, which shouldn't be too big a deal. I don't have a scale to weigh them, but I do know this is supposed to be about 438 grains, I believe. Pretty sure. But if you look at this like Foster slug, I'll just do it right down here. I'm looking at 0.727 on that as far as caliber we go, and then this should be 50 cal. Let's see how close my stuff is. Do it that way maybe, and yep, look at that, 50 cal. It was a little bit off. It said 499, but it's close. And then we got this 20 gauge. This is the old 2 3/4 Winchester hollow point Foster slug. Let's see what we get out of that. Obviously, there's better ways to measure, but 0.604. So that's quite a bit bigger than that 50 cal also. And then we got the 410 Magnum 3.5-inch shell, and let's see, I'm coming up with 3.394 for that, so about a 40 caliber probably. But this is a little light for shooting a deer with. In this state, it is legal. There's a guy on YouTube, I think his name is Buffalo Boar, maybe? But he shoots Bernicki, it don't sound right all of a sudden, slugs out of his 410, and they certainly seem to do a better job than what this little Foster would do. 25 yards though, I'm pretty certain if it's a close-in shot, this is going to work just fine, especially if you hit them right in the bread basket. Same with 20 gauge, it's going to do just fine. And then obviously if you hit them with this 12 gauge 3-inch mag shell from Federal, those things really pack a punch, man. Holy God, they're a bear to shoot. It's definitely gonna do the job. Like I said though, this has killed an elk, so I know it'll do fairly large game, right? You can see on the inside that it's got a red polymer tip. I just happen to pull it out just to kind of see what it looks inside there. And you can see it's grooved for the expansion it's going to get. And the exit wounds on the elk, I didn't see that much expansion necessarily. That, you know, it wasn't as violent as like a high-powered rifle. But it definitely, I think it did expand. And the holes were definitely bigger than this, right? Even the entrance wounds seemed to be larger. I shot it at a little over 80 yards offhand, and it definitely will dispatch an elk. At 80 yards, this would have been harder to shoot with just a bead sight, but with a scope in that, I think that worked just fine. And then let's take a look at one of these. I really kind of hate to have to cut one open, but I really just want to see what caliber they actually are, and just see what kind of powder they have. I'm just interested in that kind of stuff sometimes. But you might be able to see the difference in the sabot on the inside. This one's harder to see because of the blackness, but it's a pretty large and thick sabot plastic piece inside there. And this one definitely doesn't have as much plastic inside. What I noticed on some of these is, I don't know if you could hear that, but like the bullet has just a little play where you can push it in. So I don't know if that would hinder the bullet in the jump between the cartridge or like going into the rifling. I don't know if it, yeah, I was able to get it pushing again. It didn't quite click that time, but so they seem like the cartridge might be out a little bit and then it can get pushed in. I don't know how much that would really affect the placement. One thing you can see about these, look at the brass. I want to say this one might have more powder. I'm almost willing to just cut this one open. I don't really want to because, God, these things are so expensive. But I want to say, I bet this one has more powder behind it as a 2 3/4 inch. Wow, I didn't realize that at first. These things, you can shoot a few of them without it really rocking you too bad. That 50 caliber in there, plus the load, they come out at 2,000 feet per second according to the box, and I think they're good up to 200 yards. I really do. I think if you got a decent shotgun setup with a rifle barrel and a decent scope, you can definitely do that with it. I wouldn't want to take that shot on an animal, but if you had to and that was all you're going to get, maybe you might, right? But I thought it was cool. But anyway, let's go ahead and just kind of cut this one on open and just see. I don't know how hard it's going to be. I have yet to actually do this on camera, so hopefully I don't screw this all up. Knife's fairly sharp. That's pretty good plastic on it. Might be even cutting in the wrong spot, I don't know. Oh, there we go. It's kind of got a little opening now. Let's see if I can get that on the round. God, what a bitch to cut. Some of y'all might say get a sharper knife, but that one actually ain't too damn dull. Alright, so yeah, here we are. So this is the Barnes expander with I can't remember what to call that tip, but pretty sweet. So yeah, this sabot is quite a bit thinner than that one. Yeah, that's definitely not 50 cal. That's quite a bit bigger. Wow. Wow, that's just so much bigger. Still ain't as big as that bad boy, but that is quite the slug. Let's see what we got. Let's zero this back up. It's zeroed. And then just we'll do it right down here at the end. So yeah, 0.58. It's got a 5 there, so it might almost be 0.59. This is just a Pittsburgh cheap caliper from freaking Harbor Freight, so you know, whatever. It's not that big a deal. But it's also got some lines, I guess, for the expansion. You can see on the box what it's supposed to look like. And man, am I already impressed with that. That really makes me want to just already change what I'm using. If I could get 150 yards out of this fairly accurately, I think I might switch. Wow, that really did not think it was that big a difference. That is, what did I say that was? That's almost the size of that 20 gauge slug. 0.606 on that 20 gauge slug. So it's almost there. And meaty. I mean, I wish I had a scale to measure the grains, but I'm pretty sure it's 438. Hopefully I said that last time and not 638. It should be 408. Then let's see here, get this wadding piece, shim out, whatever the hell they call that, pressure gasket, whatever they call all this stuff. I don't reload shotgun shells. I don't really know all the ins and outs of them, but dang, I feel like I'm gonna hurt myself here. There we go. Oh, right back in there. Come on, come out there. Oh, what a bitch. Right here on camera. There we are. And yeah, that is full to the brim with powder. I bet these suckers thump. I mean, that's 2 3/4, and it's making this Magnum load from Federal look small. Holy shit. I haven't shot this yet. I will be resighting in my shotgun with this. Definitely got to do some data first. I bet at 50 yards you'd want to be at least maybe 2 inches high probably to get it. If I could get it, if I could get a 150 yard zero, I'd be happy with that. I have no idea what the data is on that. Y'all can comment if you would like. But they got this, powder that's it's quite similar to what was actually in the Hornady slug. I think this Hornady had larger plates than this. They're not too big or wide, I guess. These are kind of more narrow. I think the Hornady ones were a little bigger, and I really can't even tell you what these were, or any of these for that matter. I want to say everything was about like this, but one of them, and it might have been the 410, definitely had like the more linear, kind of look like pencil lead type. I'm not sure if more than one did. I honestly don't remember. It's been so long since I cut those open. I've tried to make this video a few times and couldn't. But yeah, that's a lot of powder. I mean, it fills that up just about, I mean, not quite, but just about to the top of that brass. That's definitely the most powder out of all of them, for sure, that I've shot. And I kind of thought these 3-inch Magnums had a lot, and they definitely thump. But I mean, you're talking about something that's almost 3/4 of an inch wide. And see you later. I'll just roll on away. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a video on this. I would try to pull that tip off, but I think that's just going to be more pain than it's worth. It really wasn't easy to get it out of this one. But just in the size of that as a sabot, oh my god. I mean, that's launching a piece of freaking, I would say lead, but that one's copper. This is lead core. But yeah, it's lead core with a it's a 50 cal lead core with just the copper coating on it. This is straight copper, and I mean, jeez. I think Barnes might have hit it on the head with this one. I don't look forward to sighting it in with that, which it ought to be fairly close, I hope, where I'm hitting paper at 50 yards, hopefully. But I'm wondering what I can get at that, and then I'll move it back to about 100 and see what's going on there with it. But my plan is to elk hunt again, but I don't think I can beat what maybe this is right there. Obviously gonna have better BCs and trajectory than this, which I think these are, I think these are 1 ounce and a 16th, what does it say? No, it doesn't say. I wish I brought the box out with it. But I think these are 1 ounce and 16th. It could be 1 ounce and 1/8, but it doesn't matter that much. And I think 1 ounce is about, God, this feels freaking heavier. But I thought 1 ounce was about 438, I think. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and comment below. Let me know what you think, or if you've had slugs that perform better out of your rifled slug gun than any of these. I know people that shoot phosphor slugs out of a rifle gun, they work. You can shoot them. I don't know how far for accuracy really, but I'd say you could probably still get 100 yards out of them. One thing I worry about is penetration, because I've definitely seen other tests on YouTube from, say, the Hootie Hoo. He shoots those water jugs and stuff, and these pancake and they flatten right out, but you're definitely going to get a hell of a wound. Anyway, take it easy, YouTube.